why Houston Texans fans should be excited about rookie running back Dameon Pierce. They drafted Pierce in the 4th round out of Florida. He's 5'10", 218 pounds. And this is a dude. If you needed a definition of what a grown man looks like, they will have Dameon Pierce photo right next to it in the definition. This is a grown man. He doesn't have great speed or elusiveness, but he gets downhill, north-south, and puts people on their you-know-what. And the only way to really stop Dameon Pierce is to slow him down before he gets going. Because once he gets going, and he gets his legs up under him, and he gets into the open field, good luck. People like Dameon Pierce were the reason why I never wanted to play defense. Imagine you're a defensive back, right? You're a safety, and Dameon Pierce is running at you full speed. Let's say he's already hit 18, 19 miles per hour, and he's pushing 20. What would you do? I know what I'm doing. I'm getting the hell out of the way. Nah, seriously, I'll try to slow him down, but that's really the only thing I could do is try to slow him down. You try to go for his legs, okay, good luck. You try to hit him up high, oh, that's a suicide wish. And it really surprises me that Dan Mullen barely utilized him. I guess we see why Dan Mullen is unemployed right now at the moment and why he's no longer a head coach. You have this behemoth of a man, and yet he barely got more than, 10 touches a game? He only had 7 games where he averaged more than 10 carries. That's unbelievable. This is a freak. I don't know what God was thinking when he created Dameon Pierce, but if he was trying to make an X-Men or a Wolverine, he did a pretty good job of coming close to it. Because Dameon Pierce, the way he's built, he looks like somebody who has never missed a day in the gym. He's always in the gym every day. You ever met somebody who has that bodybuilder physique? They're just big for no reason. That's Dameon Pierce. This dude is a freak. I don't know what he was doing as a kid. He probably was eating his fruits and vegetables. I don't know what. But this dude is a massive human being. And he's a freak. And not only that, but I have rarely saw any games where when Dameon Pierce got carries, where he wasn't falling for extra yardage. Very seldom do you see somebody bring Dameon Pierce down off the first initial contact. It normally takes at least 2 to 3 people to bring this guy down. I don't know if you guys saw the play against Florida State that went viral, but he ran through one guy, his helmet came off, and he pretty much carried the whole entire FSU defense. Literally, go back and watch it. The dude's helmet flew off, still kept running. Unbelievable. This is a monster. What Houston has in their running back room, to me, is very similar to Nick Chubb. Nick Chubb was a very violent runner coming out of Georgia. He didn't have breakaway speed. He didn't have elite elusiveness, but he was really good getting the ball, getting north-south, and getting downhill. And that's Dameon Pierce. Dameon Pierce reminds me a lot of Nick Chubb. Did you know that Dameon Pierce averaged a touchdown every 7 touches in 2021? Think about that. For every 7 times he touched the football, he scored a touchdown. That's unbelievable. And I think that he's going to end up becoming the lead back in Houston sooner rather than later. The only 2 backs he really has to beat out is Rex Burkhead, who's more of a pass-catching back, and then you have Marlon Mack. And I love Marlon Mack. Marlon Mack is one of my favorite players in the league. It's just that he's in a tough situation because Dameon Pierce has potential to be better. And it's kind of funny, the way that Marlon Mack lost his job against Indianapolis, people think that he just got outright beaten out by Jonathan Taylor. That didn't happen. He got injured. And then Jonathan Taylor took over, and then it pretty much was wraps from there. So hopefully Marlon Mack doesn't completely get phased out of the offense, but Dameon Pierce starting off is definitely going to be their goal line back. He's going to be their short yardage back on short yardage situations. And he's eventually going to become their lead back through the course of the 2022 NFL season, And if you're somebody who plays fantasy football, I definitely would encourage you to draft Dameon Pierce if you're able to get him in the later rounds and stash him, because around the middle of the upcoming NFL season, that's where you're going to start to see him running wild. And Houston's run game was not that good, and they didn't have too many backs that were good getting yards after contact. Yards after contact is what Dameon Pierce excels at. I'm so excited to watch him play this year. Last year for Florida, he had 100 carries for 475 rushing yards. Well, 574 rushing yards. He averaged 5.7 yards per carry. He had 216 receiving yards. And he had a total of 16 total touchdowns. 13 on the ground and 3 in the passing game. And I also think that he may be a better receiver than what we may be giving him credit for. It's not as if he had a lot of opportunities to catch the football last year for Florida, because they didn't really give him as many opportunities to be on the field as he should be. So for Houston, he's going to end up becoming their complete 3-down back, and I think it's going to happen sooner rather than later. I hope that he ends up doing it by the time week 1 rolls around, because I plan on drafting him in every single fantasy football league. But I think that Dameon Pierce has potential to end up being the best rookie running back this season. You look at everybody in their situations that they're currently in. Breece Hall has to share reps with Michael Carter with the New York Jets. You're looking at Kenneth Walker with Seattle. He has to deal with Chris Carson, Rashard Penny. So out of all of the rookie running backs right now, Dameon Pierce would probably have my vote of having the highest chance of winning Offensive Rookie of the Year. I think that Dameon Pierce is going to end up being the best rookie running back by the end of this upcoming NFL season, and I'm hoping that he ends up getting the majority of the workload sooner rather than later. I hope we don't have to wait until week 10 or week 11 in the year for Dameon Pierce to really get things rolling. I just hope that Houston just goes ahead and they do the right thing and start him week 1 and just allow him to just get the bulk load of the carries. Allow him to get 15 carries. Marlon Mack probably gets about 6 or 7, and then maybe Rex Burkhead comes in for a couple of downs and you give him 4 plays. But Dameon Pierce definitely should be the bell cow in this Houston offense. I am a huge fan of Dameon Pierce. I'm excited for what he can do this year. Let me know how you guys are feeling about Dameon Pierce down in the comment section down below. And I appreciate you guys for listening to this episode of the JT Sports Podcast. Make sure that you check out the JT Sports Podcast on every single podcasting platform. Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify Podcasts, wherever you get your podcast from, the JT Sports Podcast is available.